morning on a Columbus Day holiday in the U.S. This is Bob Iacchino, Chief Market Strategist and Head of Research at TrendyTrade.com and TrendyTrade Pro. Behind me is the 10-year options pit. Normally you see a lot of activity in there, but today is a banking holiday in the U.S. Treasuries are closed. Way in the back is the equity pit. The equities are still open. Now in terms of what's going on this week, we have some small things and then we have some larger things in the picture. On the small side of things, you had on Thursday, Republican House passing the tax reform and the tax cuts put forth by the administration. But there's a rift between a well-respected Senator, Bob Corker, who's not running for re-election, and President Donald Trump, that's putting a little water on the fire of the tax reform getting through the Senate and actually getting to the president's desk. So it's a mixed bag, and we have stocks mostly mixed as I speak to you, with the S&P slightly lower and the Dow slightly higher. Now, Hurricane Nate did very little damage to the oil sector in the oil patch in Louisiana and Mississippi. Refineries are already restarting. The Eagle Ford is already restarting drilling, so we may not even see any effect in the data. We get that, of course, on Wednesday from the EIA, but we won't see Nate effects, almost not at all, because of the timing of when it hit land and the fact that it didn't do any damage anyway. Now looking at some other stuff, we had Chinese Caixin PMI miss overnight. We got Japanese trade balance coming in. Now China's a manufacturing economy, but the services sector is growing in China, so that miss may be part of an underlying trend. We won't really know until we get more data. It's a fairly light data week until you get in toward the end of the week, where in the U.S. we've got retail sales and PMI, but earnings are going to start this week. Yeah, it's a new earnings season. Surprising that we already are at a new earnings season. Earnings usually come out second week of the month following the end of the quarter. That would be October. And we've got bank earnings coming out on Thursday. On Thursday, we've got JP Morgan and Citi. And then on Friday, we've got Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and PNC launching the earnings season. Now, we're expecting bank earnings to be fairly strong, as the treasuries were a little bit higher for a lot of the quarter, so they're going to have that sort of yield curve money that they're going to make on that. So we'll see. The earnings have come in pretty strong last quarter. The fourth quarter is usually decent, so we don't expect earnings to derail the stock market at all. We will, in this quarter, have a rate hike by the Fed, which Janus's Bill Gross called a slam dunk for December. But interestingly enough, they're starting to price a March 2018 rate hike into the market now. It's above 30%, whereas on September 5th, 2.8% chance of a second rate hike in March of 2018. Again, now it's up above 30%. So we're also seeing Theresa May, by the way, trying to consolidate her power in the UK by pushing the secretary out of the picture. Secretary Boris, you know what, I don't remember his last name, but the Secretary Boris was the head of the Brexit movement, and he's being pushed aside. So at least she's trying to consolidate power. It has helped the pound a little bit. The pound is up about 0.5%. Euro is flat overall. Japanese yen flat, but the dollar is overall slightly stronger as yields are sinking. This is Bob Iacchino from TrendyTrade.com and TrendyTrade Pro. Come to you from the CME floor in Chicago.